Hey, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today I'm sitting in a 2020 AMG GLC43. I'm not going to say the M word in this vehicle. I'll show you why in a little bit. Anyway, this is a quick interior walkthrough. I'm going to show you what's going on in this vehicle and some of the highlights of this $70,000 little SUV. This is a real performance SUV, though. That's really what it's designed to be, and it feels that way while you're driving it. Wonderful, wonderful drive. So, but there are a couple things that bug me. Let's get started on that. So first, the usual. We'll start over here. You got your Burmester stereo speaker. Here's your seat heating here. Notice there is no seat cooling. That's the first of my beefs. For $70,000, I really kind of expect vented seats. Down here you got your memory settings, right? Hold this to set it, pick one, whatever. This is your seat, so this is a seat adjustment for the driver's side over here. Down here you see there's the door locks, door handle. Here's for the side mirrors. Push this to fold them in, use these to adjust. Here's the side windows, here's the window lock. Over here you see the first of the vents, nice and round, really like that. And I'm going to close this one because for whatever reason when I turn everything all the way off I still get air coming in. I have no idea. Something I'm missing, I'm sure. Here's a register. So right here you've got the lighting control. So you see fog lamps there. Headlights are here. You can do either side. This is kind of a Mercedes thing. I said the word. Didn't go off. So you can do left and right park lamps. So you can only do one side or the other. It's an odd thing. It's something that MB does, but I really think it has some use. I think there's a limited amount of use for that. So if you happen to be like parallel parking and you just want to see this, you just want to light up the side you're pulling into, there you go. And then you can force the headlamps here. Here's the dimmer for the instruments. Down here is the parking brake. You know, pull to set, push to release, that sort of thing. And then hiding over there, that opens the rear hatch. So if you want to open it from inside the vehicle. Decent dead pedal in this, I will point out. Now, looking at the steering wheel. Over here you're seeing the first of the controls. Let's see if I can get it to really focus on that. It's having a hard time. A lot of kind of reflection and stuff because this is really, really polished steel. Aluminum, steel, I don't know what they're... Anyway. This looks sort of like a little trackpad. You can see a light blinking in there from the camera. This is sort of like a little trackpad. You can use your finger to use it. This goes to the home. This is back. Here's your cruise control settings. Here's my second beef. $70,000, no adaptive cruise control. What's up with that? Anyway, you can see you reset up there, canceled over there, set going up or down, and then change the speed up or down. If you hold it going down, it does 5 mile increments. If you just tap it, it does 1. Up here is the on and the off for that cruise control. So this is actually running the driver information screen. So I'll show you what that's changing. It's just the middle right there, but I'll show you some more of that in a minute. Here is your auto stop start control. Here's your traction control. Going to the other side of that steering wheel, this is one of the ways to choose a drive mode. So there's Sport, Sport Plus, then you have Comfort and Individual. Most of the time I've been in Comfort until I've been around town, then I've been picking Sport. Sport Plus turns off traction control. I think it does anyway. Seems like it should. But both Sport modes will turn off the automatic stop start, whereas Comfort will turn it back on. So you'll end up with it like that, see? So that means it's on, that means it's off. And then the green, it'll shut itself off in a second, and this will turn green, and that means that the engine is off, you're saving fuel. Kind of a, you know, it's a thing. Now I will point out, this biturbo V6 does shudder when it shuts off and starts back up. So a lot of people will probably just want to have this off. So you see I had it off. That's because that shudder is really disconcerting when you're driving. You feel like the car just stalled. I don't like that. Don't like it. Performance vehicle like this, I think the auto start stop either needs to be really, really worked on to smooth it out or just nixed. because I just don't feel like I feel like it's too much. It's annoying. It gets in the way. Normally I don't mind a start-stop system, but in a vehicle like this where it makes the vehicle shudder, or it gives you that little uh-oh feeling, and that doesn't go away. So anyway, going to this side of the steering wheel again, then you can see here you got another home button and a back button and another little trackpad. Those all run the infotainment over there. So does the rest of this. You can see there's a volume control. You can push it to mute. You can do your phone over here, telematics. You can do your telephone stuff over here. This will star whatever is playing, whether it's radio or satellite or streaming off your phone or whatever. This will star it, makes it a favorite. Then you can go back and you can do some things in the menus to have it like, if your favorite comes on one of the stations, then you can it'll pop up a thing and you can go, yes, do that, and it will jump over and to that music, whatever channel it's on. You can also kind of set up playlists when you're streaming, so that's kind of neat. And then up here is voice control. So there are two versions of voice control in this. There's that, which is the standard built-in, always there, and then this has the upgraded MBUX, so you can use that M word and just talk to it. I'll show you that in a minute. Now over here, first of the paddle shifters. Paddle shifters are required in any performance vehicle. We all know this. It is a well-established fact. Don't question it. All right. Here's the shifter. So you can see you have to have your foot on the brake for most of these. You push it down to go to D. You push it up to go to R. You tap it and you'll end up in neutral, either up or down depending on where you are otherwise. And then you push this to go into park. You get used to it pretty quick, actually. In the very beginning when Mercedes started doing this, there I did, I said the M word again. In the very beginning when they started doing this, I hated this. But I got used to it pretty quick. Now that it's been around for a couple years, I've kind of gotten used to it. Over here's washer wipers. So if you tap this, you get a wipe. If you push it, as long as you're holding it, you'll get a wash. Up here, you can go, let me see if I can get it to show. Just barely, you can see a couple of the marks. It's really hard, I don't know. Anyway, these are indicators for speed, so you can do that and get a windshield washer speed. The dotted line ones, which are on the bottom, those are automatics. This in the middle actually runs the rear. So if you want to squirt the rear, you pull it down like this. If you just want to run the rear, you turn it up. There you go. Pretty easy, not hard at all. You can get a squirt going all the way up or all the way down, but most I think are just going to use the down part. And then like most of these, this also has your signal turns and so on. Now, looking at this, there's a little bit of glare because of the sun, the position of the sun. I can try to block it a little bit. But you can see what's going on over here. So over here you got a speedometer. In the middle you got your driver information screen. You got some stuff that really doesn't change up on top. Over here you got a tachometer. So you can see kind of a red and then more red over there. And in the middle you're seeing a few options, so you can change what this is showing. I like this though because you can see the turbos doing their thing. You can see your hit points, horsepower, and you can see your torque below that. And then you're seeing a few other things. This is showing that it's a bi-turbo, and there's the temperature for those turbos. Here's your gearing over here. Here's your engine heat down there. Over here's your fuel, so that's showing you how much fuel you've got. Here's the range I've got with the fuel that's left. Here's the real-time fuel consumption. Since I'm just parked, it's not really doing much. Charging is just showing that when there are certain things you can be doing like coasting and stuff, and they will add a lot of charge to your battery. The battery charge right now is full, so it's not showing any sort of change or action happening. Outside temperature and so on up here. Now some of those middle things, if I flick through, you can see a few little things going on. The kind of stuff you can look at. I've been looking at this a lot. And then right there, that is the current trip and the total. So the odometer, interesting, it's exactly 4,200 right now. and so on. Then you can go side to side, and now I can change what's in there. And there you go. Pretty cool. I kind of like the way this is set up. Shows you a lot of good info, useful. I like it. But like I said, I really like looking at these, you know, because you got your HP right there. For those of you who are RPG players, that's the hit points, right? So anyway, nice, and you can see how clear it is. So even with that glare coming in from the side, it's really, really clear. So nicely done. I like those. I like those digital clusters. All right, now, here we're looking at the infotainment. A lot of stuff going on. This is sort of like the main screen. If you hit that home, you end up here. So you can do the quick stuff like nav and whatnot. And then you can see there's a lot of stuff to page through. So I can flip through and do a bunch of things in here. You want to look at your performance, track pack, metric, yada yadas. You can do the vehicle settings. You can do all this kind of stuff. Also, you can just say, hey, Mercedes.
How may I help you?
What time is it?
It is 7:36 p.m.
Thanks. So there you go. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do navigation on the fly. So just driving along, you can do nav. You can ask for what the traffic's like. You can do a lot of stuff without ever touching anything. You just talk to it. Just think of it like Alexa, but with an M word. So now you know why I keep saying M word instead of saying the full name, because every time you say the full name, you trigger that. For an automotive journalist, this is annoying trying to do a video because I can't say the name of the company that made the car. But for regular everyday people using this vehicle, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So down here you got some vents, and down here you got controls for said vents. Hopefully there's not too much sound coming in from the vents, but you can see pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot to really go over with these. You set temperature here and here, up and down. This is dual zone. You can sync them here. This is supposed to turn it all the way off, and it might have just turned it all the way off. Maybe I didn't do it right the first time. Anyway, and then this brings up the climate menu up there. So nice there. And then down here you can see some quick buttons for some other stuff. You got your telephone, navies and maps, radio. Here's the car setup screen. Here's the star button, just like the one on the steering wheel. Here's your Duke's lights. Then you see the carbon fiber. This is an add-on package, about $950. But you get this carbon fiber look, which looks really good in this. Nice and bling, nice kind of understated bling. I like that a lot. Bougie cover, drink holders. This is a really small pan. I don't know what it does, and then it opens, and there's another little stash spot. I guess if you're in Colorado, you have use for that. And over here, because this is a German car, there's a proper cigarette lighter. Huh. So anyway, drink holders there. I think I showed that. And then you have the lock right here, so you can, let me see if I can get it to come undone. There we go. And you can pull the thing out, and there you are. And right there, you see that key fob looking thing? That's because that's where you put your key fob if you need to reset it, or if your battery in it dies and you need to start the car, so you just want to use the RFID. You drop it right there. Now right here is your command pad. This is how you run that infotainment. This works like a trackpad, and then you see you got hard buttons up there for home and whatnot. And then over on the side, and you can push up and down as a select. Over on the sides, over here you got drive controls, so you can go through those, the same ones I showed you from the steering wheel. Here you got your individual settings, so you can do this, and then you can use this and set up the individual. Here you have suspension tightening, so you can stay in, like, say, comfort mode, but still tighten up the suspension to 2 different levels. Traction control is right there. Over here's another volume control for the stereo. Again, you can, now this one, if you push it down and hold it down, or push it down to mute, it also shuts off infotainment. This makes the pipes louder, so you push it and blah, 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 blah. Not really blah, 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 but it does add a lot. It gives you that feel that there's a lot more power happening. It's pretty cool. Auto stop start here, you can see it's toggled to turn it off. If I do that, it turns it back on. Automatic parking, I'm sorry. So this is the button you hit to do the auto park. Odd, this has automatic parking, but does not have adaptive cruise control. Very odd. I suspect they're thinking they're aiming for an urban buyer with this, but I don't know. $70,000, no adaptive park. You got shuttle bay doors for your storage over here. You got some USBs down there. Both of them are C's, by the way. Nice and deep for this, and then you can have one side or the other open. So if you just want to open that one side to get in, that's cool. Now I got some gear over here, but there's the Monroney, which I'll be showing you a close up of that in a minute. Here is the seating is really nice. I like the Napa leather. It's an add-on as well, by the way. And then the brushed aluminum to kind of bring out this. So I love the look. I really like this. You know, with that brushed aluminum and the carbon fiber and kind of the flow of this and everything, it just looks really good. It's a really good looking vehicle. I could do without the panoramic sunroof, but some people probably really like that. Red seat belts because AMG. In the back, my kids left some trash that I got to clean out, but you can see that rear seat. Okay size for a compact. It's pretty good size. Cargo area is huge though. I'll show you a picture. And then we'll talk about the Monroney. Looking at this, what you're seeing is $70,000 price tag delivered. You're seeing a fair amount of add-ons over on the right. So I'm cutting away the MPG stuff. It's 21 MPG combined, 24 on the highway, 18 in the city. But that's not finalized as of the making of this particular vehicle. So those may change, but I really don't expect them to. My actual mileage has been pretty okay. I got about 24 on my highway loop. I did not get 18 in the city. I got more like 16, but I rarely match a city rating, so I'm not surprised there at all. Anyway, that's about what I've got. That is about it for this. Beautiful, beautiful car. A couple things I think are missing, but otherwise, just a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. So this is the 2020 AMG GLC43. This also is the 4MATIC, a few other things. Wonderful, wonderful vehicle. Beautiful 3-liter bi-turbo V6. Excellent. Nicely done. So there you go. This has been Aaron. AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.